it, then I'm doing it to death. Oh yeah, I'm influencing the ones that do it best. Oh yeah, start a movement with the crew. You got a few, we got a slew. We trying to do what they said that we couldn't do. Oh yeah, I ain't living with regrets. Ain't no limits, ain't no rest. They want money, power, respect. I want more, I wanna be blessed. We want the legacy. We got the hope and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory. We want the blessing. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, you know I do it for the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, ay, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory. For the real, I know how they used to feel. Now I'm here up in the field, making these moves, making these deals. I make something out of nothing. I ain't bluffing, no discussion. Look at the numbers, I've been hustling. Little rough around the edges, still I made it though. Still I just been laying low. Man, I just feel grateful though. I know where I come from, man, I ain't alone. Yeah, and I feel so blessed, too blessed to be stressed. And I'm with the day unos, they don't ride to the death. We got the legacy, we got the hope, and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory, we want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, you know I do it for the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, ay, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory.
Don't get me started, I'm pleading. If this is a race, can't none of y'all beat me. Boy, I'm so good, it feel like I'm cheating. The well of the storm, I feel like it's season. This type of drive could push Lamborghinis. So get yourself signed and have your own sneaker. I'm in the band, I'm pushing the meter. A legend like John for everyday people. I got the heart of a champion. I got the blood of a winner. I don't know how to be stagnant. I got way too much ambition. I keep on beating statistics. How would I be denied? My only option is winning. I'm crossing the finish line. I am the greatest. Nothing can stop me now. The time has come for me to take my crown. I am a champion. No one can slow me down. The world is mine. Once I cross the finish line, I'm number one. I put myself in a place where nothing can top me. I feel like I'm space. It's bigger than profit, but still I get paid. My thinking colossal, not minimum wage. Talk to the loss like I know the way. Stay on my job like who need a break? It wasn't possible, I heard them say, but I'm like MacGyver to all my mistakes. Run it back home, now look at the bases. Been winning so long, I feel like a native. I got what you want, but you cannot take it. I do what you don't, cause I'm more creative. I put me on, no help for your favors. I'm breaking the mold to show you the flavors. I got control, you can't enable. I'm using my flaws to make me the greatest. I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one. 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 Yeah, I'm number one. I'm number one. I am the greatest. Nothing can stop me now. The time has come for me to take my crown. I am a champion. No one can slow me down. The world is mine.
Nothing's gonna save you from the fallout. I got you where I want you now. Nothing's gonna save you from the fallout. I got you where I want you now. Nothing's gonna save you from the fallout. I won't let up. 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 I won't let
Hello and welcome to Holland, Michigan and the beautiful Van Andel Soccer Stadium for this early September weekend game between Ohio Northern men's soccer and Hope College men's soccer. It's going to be a good one tonight. My name is Matt Margarone. I'll be joined by Paul Willard here in just a second. We will get to the national anthems and the starting lineup. But Ohio Northern has started off the season 2-0 with victories at number 9 Mary Washington 1-0 and against Randolph-Macon in Virginia. Hope has started the season 1-2 after a very impressive start against Ohio Wesleyan, a traditional powerhouse, 3-0. They have dropped the last two games, even though they have outshot their opponents in each of those games. Hope played on Saturday versus Milwaukee School of Engineering and outshot the Bishops by a good amount, but were unable to come out on top in that game. And then traveled down to Chicago on Tuesday and lost 5-3 to the Illinois Institute of Technology. So both very good teams. These two teams played each other last year. It was a 2-1 game. Ohio Northern at their place. As most of these Division III schools, they'll schedule a home and away in a 2-year series. And so this year, Ohio Northern is coming to Hope College to face the Flying Dutchman, who turned in a great performance last year, getting to the national tournament and winning the first game in quite a while, bowing out in a double overtime loss last year to Wisconsin Eau Claire. So it is going to be a great matchup tonight. If you like Division III soccer, the wind is whipping a little bit here tonight. The fall is in the air as you see people with their jackets and hats, hoodies, and blankets. We've definitely moved from the 80-degree summer days to the low 60s fall. But we are excited for the matchup tonight as my friend Paul Willard comes in to join us on the call. Paul, I was just telling them about this matchup and how excited we are to see this Ohio Northern team who's just started out the season 2-0. Tell us a little bit about what you know about this Ohio Northern team.
Yeah, I mean, coming in, beating a ranked opponent, number 9, Mary Washington, to start the season, right? 1-0, I believe that game was. So Polar Bears coming in from Ada, Ohio today. So not unfamiliar to us in the local area here. Of course, we have an Ada right nearby in the northern Grand Rapids area. But, yeah, I'm excited to see what Hope can do, especially coming off of 2 back-to-back losses. Just heartbreaking losses. One here that I had the privilege of calling against the Milwaukee School of Engineering, a 1-0 loss, and then going on the road at Illinois Tech, losing 5-3. A remarkably high-scoring game for a soccer match. As the players are going to take the field right now, we're going to get into some introductions, national anthem, and then we'll be back with some more thoughts as the game kicks off here.
Yeah, tonight we can see Matt Davidson and Josh Weigel wearing the captain's bands for Hope College Flying Dutchman, and we shall see how the leadership responds after a big loss on Tuesday. But we'll be back in just a minute. We want you to be able to enjoy these starting lineups and the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Van Andel Soccer Stadium here on the campus of Hope College for today's non-league contest between the Polar Bears of Ohio Northern University and your Hope College Flying Dutchman. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First, for Ohio Northern, a sophomore from Batavia, Ohio, number 1, Carson Zermelli. A junior from Almont, number 5, Enzo Bordogna. A junior from Naperville, Illinois, number 7, Aiden McMahon. A sophomore from Fort Collins, Colorado, number 12, Jalen Venice. A freshman from Beaver Creek, Ohio, number 15, Carson McGovern. A junior from Park City, Utah, number 16, Bryce Stone. A sophomore from Blacklick, Ohio, number 19, Chase Robinson. A senior from Canton, number 22, Tanner Locke. A sophomore from New Lenox, Illinois, number 26, Johnny Rusakis. A junior from Centerville, Ohio, number 27, Colin Gottran. And a senior from Mason, Ohio, number 28, Gage Foster. Head coach for Ohio Northern is Chris Mateka. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the starting lineup for your Hope College Flying Dutchman. A junior from Grand Rapids, number 1, Cooper Hutt. A sophomore from Richland, number 3, Riker Korstange. A freshman from Novi, number 5, Jack Lohman. A junior from Canton, number 8, Evan Morrison. A sophomore from Grand Rapids, number 9, Jackson Mindling. A sophomore from Kalamazoo, number 10, Alan Alcala. A junior from Bristol, Indiana, number 12, Micah Wieland. A junior from Naperville, Illinois, number 13, Josh Weigel. A sophomore from Wyoming, number 16, Benjamin Smitley. A junior from Park City, Utah, number 18, Evan Sandys. And a senior from Grand Ledge, number 24, Matthew Davidson. Head coach for the Flying Dutchman is David Blonick. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise. Gentlemen, if you would, please remove your caps. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Special thank you to our Hope College anchor sponsors, which include the Lighthouse Title Group, Lawrence and Vandersort Financial Planning, Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics, Holland BPW, Gentex, and the Borichter family. Thank you to our anchor sponsors for your support of Hope College Athletics.
What a night for soccer, Paul Willard.
Yes,
between
sir.
two regional powerhouses, Ohio Northern Polar Bears and the Hope College Flying Dutchman. You know, it's fascinating, this mascot life in the Division III world where you have 400 teams and you never know what you're going to get, but it's quite a matchup tonight, not just in mascots, but on the pitch. What are you looking to see from both teams as we start out early, Paul?
Yeah, sure. Ohio Northern, and Hope College had very similar records last year. Looking at 14-5-3 for the Polar Bears and 14-3-3 for the Flying Dutchman. Both teams were ousted in the second round of the NCAA tournament last year. Hope losing to Eau Claire, and the Polar Bears losing to Denison, both in the second round here. So I think what Ohio Northern has to do is come out here and put Hope off of their game. They know that they're struggling. They know that they have a losing record right now. And so if I'm Ohio Northern, I'm coming into this game trying to catch Hope on the back heel a little bit.
And we're off.
And if you're Hope, you gotta start fast. You gotta get big, because if you look at the stat sheet here, these Ohio Northern guys, there's like 10 of them that are over 6'2". And Hope is not a large team by definition. So,
speaking of height, we have a freshman defender coming in, making, I believe it's his first start of the year. Jack Lohman is out here, and a fabulous freshman from the east side of the state. Got his own height there, and he actually is called for a foul. You know, for the Hope side, we have some different starting lineup tonight. Alan Alcala up top with Jackson Midling. Josh Weigel sitting in that 10 position. Michael Wheeland on this outside. Sandys, who's been in the middle with Matt Davidson. And then in the back, Morrison almost gets it over the top as Ohio Northern tries to find that ball. Hope on the break on the outside here. Riker on the ball. Almost gives it away, but nice little bit of footwork by Alcala. It's nice to see him back, Paul.
Yeah, it is. Spending the first 3 games of the season pretty much on the sidelines, nursing some injuries, and Alan wearing that captain's armband along with Matt Davidson, like you talked about, the other captain on the team, Josh Weigel, out on the pitch as well. Seth Walters not getting the start today. Another captain on this Flying Dutchman team here. And the Polar Bears are just relentless with the ping-ponging that seems to be happening right now between both teams here. And that's going to be easily fielded by Cooper Hutt.
Yeah, Cooper Hart starting the game tonight. He started the other night against Illinois Institute of Technology. Hope has been going with a two-keeper system right now. The sophomore Cooper Hart gets the start. That ball is put out wide to Sandys, who plays it over the top with the long ball. Jackson Midling battling on that far side.
Oh, and look at that swarm of black jerseys. Wow.
And dispossessed by Johnny Rusakis early on here. The goalkeeper, Carson Zermelli, here for Ohio Northern, is going to try and build out of the back. And what we've seen early on is that both teams are dangerous in this game. We've got the captain's armband here on this right wing, Tanner Locke. And that ball is going to be played from the back from Bryce Stone. You know, it's been really interesting to watch Evan Morrison in that center back. That's a new position for him this year as he tries to figure it out. You know, he played incredibly well in that opening game and has played well all season. But Hope's defense gave up 5 goals the other night, which is a tough deal.
Yeah, you know, and that's where Hope kind of comes out in this game. And I think one of the keys to Hope's game today is to try to find some redemption from that. They obviously have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. You know some of the guys. I know some of the guys. We know Coach Blahnik really well. These Flying Dutchmen are coming in with something to prove. They did not expect to start the season with a losing record. So you can better believe that they're putting everything that they have into this game tonight so that they can try to send the Polar Bears home with a loss.
Enzo Bordogna stands over the ball. Looks to kick a left-footed in-swinger on the corner. Dangerous ball to that back stick. It drops off the Northern player and goes on out harmlessly for a goal kick, and Hope escapes the danger on this one.
Yeah, and as you're looking at whether you're joining us from Ada, Ohio or Ada, Michigan, Hope is on your screen going right to left wearing the white and orange kits. And the Polar Bears of Ohio Northern are on your screen going left to right here.
Yeah, late call on the foul there as Weigel got knocked off the ball. Probably a good call, and Hope will get the free kick here. The number 7, Aiden McMahon, kind of stands over the ball. Chase Robinson is the forward 19 who's chasing the ball down here as Smitley looks to pass the ball. Weigel with a nice one-touch pass. A great tackle
wow.
there. Oh, my gosh. Oh, and Robinson's in behind.
It's number
Smitley,
27 with that tackle, Colin Gatron.
Step over and a dangerous slotted ball across the back. You know, Riker has plenty of time to turn on it and will dribble it out from the back here. You know, early on, Ohio Northern's been dangerous with that through ball. A different game than Ohio Wesleyan, which tried to play over the top. Ohio Northern has tried to play those slotted balls early.
Oh, Mindling fighting down there to try to get through, and it is incredibly difficult to get Jackson Mindling off the ball. But that defender, I can't see whose number that is from here, on the far side there, did a fantastic job of muscling Mindling off that ball. And you're right, Matt. You know, OWU, when they were here, they tried to play the ball over top, and they got caught
with a beautiful header.
Yeah, they got caught with 6 or 7 offsides calls in that game because of Hope's back line just holding so strong. But right now, Ohio Northern really content to play the through ball, like you said, keeping it on the ground. Although they also don't really want to fight that wind that we're having here today either.
Yeah, ball up in the air from Cooper Hutt. It's been interesting. Hope likes to build out of the back. They've obviously seen something on film that doesn't allow Cooper to play much to those 3 center backs, but Lohman confident on that ball. What they really want to do is get the ball at this guy's feet. Matt Davidson just creates so much. Midling with the turnover trying to find Weigel, and Ohio Northern's coming the other way, and another slotted ball past those center backs. That ball stays in bounds. Looked like it was about to go out. Lohman, 1v1. Oh, that ball is slotted dangerously across the back. Oh,
Whoa.
my gosh. I could not tell who got a tip on it, but somebody did, and that ball got out for a corner kick. A slow roller across the middle, Paul.
Yeah, and you could just see a couple of Hope players very subtly just out of position and just maybe a centimeter away out of toes reach. I saw Evan Sondes try to reach for one, and that ball just kind of found the foot of that Ohio Northern player who put it wide, but thanks to the deflection here, now we have a corner kick for the Polar Bears.
Enzo Bordogna stands over the ball again. Dangerous kick on the last time to the far stick. That ball is dropped into the near stick. Cooper bobbles it a little bit, but he'll come out with it. Interesting early on, having watched this team for the last couple years, Hope has been beat through on those through balls and down the sideline a little bit more than usual. Weigel stands over the ball, finds Michael Whelan on the wing, who attacks through the middle, but that is taken away by the number 28, Gage Foster. Little physical out there. These teams are battling early, Paul.
Yeah, they are. You know, that Hope's used to that physical battle. We had the Milwaukee School of Engineering here in an incredibly physical game between both of those teams as well. Referees are so far letting them play. No bookings. Of course, only about 10 minutes gone in the contest so far. No bookings and only really 1 or 2 fouls to make means of. So
Davidson finds Riker Corstans on the ball. Lefty little cross. That is cleared out. Robinson on the ball. Calmly, under pressure, puts that to the wing. He's been impressive so far early. Just plays with such a calm. He is a sophomore from Blacklick, Ohio, which is a town I've never heard of, Paul Willard.
Neither have I.
He is offsides on this play, and just by a smidgen, as Smitley stepped up.
Chase, speaking of Chase Robinson, offsides on that one by a hair. Definitely. But Hope, I like what Hope is doing in the possession game right now. Again, only 10 minutes gone in this contest, but Hope has possessed the ball really well, especially with Riker on that far side.
That's right.
He's had a couple really good spells of possession. They just haven't been able to stick it through the middle yet to find any white jerseys.
Nice little touch by Weigel, and he battles. He gets fouled there, and that's going to be a free kick for the Flying Dutchman. The number 12, Jake Venice, says that's shoulder to shoulder. It did look like he got Weigel's leg there, and it looks like Davidson, Micah, Allen, Midling, and Zondes are all standing over the ball, trying to decide who's getting this. That's
we've seen Zondes take a ton of free kicks already this year. He puts a remarkable amount of curve and spin on the ball from his free kick position here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Davidson take this either.
Looks close enough for a shot, so maybe Zondes is usually the one that kind of puts that into the mix.
Yeah.
So maybe Davidson stands over this ball to take a shot. Little fake out there. And the chip. Midling, wow. He got him behind. That ball just had a little too much pace, and he wasn't able to get down on it. But
if that ball sits a little bit lower, Jackson's, I mean, he's already 6'3", right? So he can get up and go after it, and if he's able to get down on top of it and head it into that corner, that's a perfect set piece and a great strike by Matt Davidson.
Looked like one that was from the training pitch as they faked out the defense. As that ball is played long, Lohman with a great header there. Davidson put some pressure on Alcala early on, trying to force the defense one way. And this Ohio Northern team is really putting some pressure on those center backs. Looks like number 22, Tanner Locke, plays the ball down the wing. Zondes, great dispossession. That ball is played up to Midling. What a touch and turn as he gets around it, but he doesn't have much help.
Yeah, Mindling on his horse now. You could really see him turn the corner there. Oh, Weigel unable to keep that chest down there, just kind of ping-ponged right off
that
of
ball
his.
was flying at
yeah,
him.
It really was. Right off of his solar plexus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some good words.
I took biology in high school.
You have some good vocabulary. You always do. I don't know if you can see it on your feed, but the sky is like a painting right now. It's just the sun has come out. It's been a little bit of a rainy last couple of days in Holland, Michigan. The temperature is dropping. The fall is here.
Yeah, this is probably, I know I said this last week, but this is probably the most October, September that we've ever had,
Ooh,
I think.
I like that.
Yeah.
Morrison plays it back to Cooper. Hope has always been comfortable using that 11th player. And Weigel gets fouled again by Jake Venice, who's maybe that's his third foul of the game. He's coming through the body on Weigel. Obviously, they've seen a scouting report to not give Weigel any space.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, Jalen Venice.
Oh, Jalen.
Jalen Venice. Really, I mean, just blanketing Weigel pretty much all game so far in this contest. Of course, the two center middies really kind of matching up well with each other here. Weigel, a member of your hometown, Naperville, Illinois.
As he chests it down, he gets touched on that one.
Yeah.
He was trying to look for the call. You know, Jalen, I apologize. I have a good friend of mine who just graduated last year named Jake Vance, and his name looks very similar. And so, Jalen, I will not mess that up again for you. But obviously, Jalen, the sophomore from Fort Collins, Colorado, it's always fascinating to see players from out west coming into play here in these Midwestern Division III powerhouse schools. Ohio Northern looks to possess. They're comfortable passing it back to Zermelli as well, who is out about 25 yards, looking to play this long ball over to the top. Locke chases it down, and Whelan has nothing to do but just put that ball out as he's under pressure.
Yeah, Zermelli just kind of waiting there, just waiting for something to transpire, for something to happen, but finally plays that ball over the top and headed out here by Wieland.
Oh, dangerous
what a ball.
A battle here at the top of the box. Hope trying not to foul. Locke finds Gage Foster. Dribbles down the middle. Nice little spin move there.
Yeah.
And Ohio Northern just kind of looking to find the gaps here. Hope defensively has been a little bit more compact in this last 5 minutes, not letting Ohio Northern through as easily.
They have, and you know, one of the things that I've noticed about Ohio Northern and some other, the Milwaukee School of Engineering particularly, is that they put a lot of pressure right up at the top of the box, right? Almost every ball that has skated through so far in this contest, yes, it has found the footing or found the feet of Hope College players for a clearance every now and then, but it has also found the feet of the black jerseys on the pitch right now as Ohio Northern is charging in. And again, right place, right time for them. The ball just kind of bounces around, and it seems to find the feet of the Polar Bears right now.
Yeah, Hope had a center back in Cole Pauley who was just a fixture for 3 years in that position. And for the first time in a while, they're looking for that person. Cole now sits, that's an offside call. And that, wow, off the crossbar. But Cole Pauley now is an assistant coach on the team.
That's wonderful.
And so saw him just a minute ago standing up, demonstrative, asking his guys to be more compact, get some aggressiveness. And I feel like they've responded well so far, and we'll see what happens. Also looks like Seth Walters here, captain and leading goal scorer from last year, tied with Jackson Mindling, will be coming into the game here. Oh, Alcala.
Oh, what a touch by Allen. Yeah, and just not enough possession around the top of the box for Hope right now. You know, it's always a little chaotic once you get anywhere near the 18, but if Hope wants to try to get any sort of shot on goal, they're going to need to try to possess a little bit and try to slot a ball through or find a crossing pattern somewhere or something, because right now they just haven't been able to get outside of the top of the 18.
Robinson tries to turn on it. Hutt has been active early in this game. wearing an outfit similar to the referees with that yellow.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that the officials didn't change.
Yeah. We want to apologize. In our last broadcast, Paul and I got the goalkeeper's jersey color wrong with a bright crimson. It was actually sunburst.
Sunburst.
Tonight, I'm not sure what that color would be in the Nike catalog for Cooper Hut, but we will get a text from Coach, I'm sure, to let us know. But it is a bright yellow, and it's got the black sleeves. A cool look here for Hope. Davidson on the ball, tries to put it off the number 27, Colin Gottring, and Robinson goes down. That's a big man going down.
Yeah.
It looks like he drew that foul, which is a smart play. I always find it fascinating when a guy like Robinson or Midland goes down to a much smaller man. That's a soccer play earning the free kick.
Yeah, listen, I've played futsal with Evan Sondes before.
Yeah.
On the DeVos court here, and he is very strong.
He's a physical beast.
He's a physical beast,
he'll knock
let me tell you.
Off for sure, but Bordonia on the ball again. That left foot is wicked, and he puts a beautiful ball in over Smitley's head, and there's a reason why, because he got hit in the back when he went up.
It looked to me like Ohio Northern may have had even two players in the offsides position on that one as well after that header came through. A couple of guys sneaking back in behind the back line there.
Hutt stands over the ball right on that 18-yard line. A lot of long balls from the keeper. You can see Weigel, who is wrapped up right now by Venice. They have obviously scouted Weigel and know he's one of the best players on that team, and they just do not want to give him any space in this game to create. Micah, challenging lock on this side. Great battle up there. And Tanner Locke, the super senior from Canton, Michigan, Salem High School.
Great hustle play from Wieland on that as well. And you're right. You know, Weigel and Venice are going to be going at it seemingly all game, it would appear. Oh, what a through ball by Alcala.
Oh, and Alcala puts it down.
Oh, wow, what a touch.
Cheeky finds the far post. Oh, man. And that's why Alcala is in that game. He's looking for the corner kick. He's asking the AR to see.
He's telling the AR to check with the center official here, but the center official says, no, sorry, my friend, that is a goal kick.
And he's coming out of the game, but that is why Alan Alcala started this game. A top high school player down in Kalamazoo who suffered some knee injuries and then transferred into Hope and has been, just when he gets on the ball, he's so dangerous.
And just the deftest of touch on that,
beautiful.
Right? I mean, bring it to, and that's what I was talking about earlier, though. Like Hope around the top of the 18, that's a perfect example of Alan Alcala settling the ball down, trying to work it through. He took on two defenders all on his own. But that's the type of play that Hope is going to need if they want to get any more shots on goal here, because Ohio Northern is just relentless in the box and at the top of the 18.
That's a foul on Walters, who's just recently into the game. A tough foul as he comes into the back of Johnny Rusakis, the sophomore from New Lenox, Illinois, and Lincoln Way Central. Bordonia will stand over the ball. An interesting spot for a free kick, kind of straight on from about 45. He's going to look to probably drop this over the center. Hope has some big guys in the back with Lohman and Riker and Morrison, but that ball is played over the top dangerously. Smitley drops it down. Robinson battles Sondes. Sondes draws the foul, and he said, anything you can do, I can do equally.
That's exactly right.
Right?
Yeah, I'm you know, there's a fair amount of fouls so far in this game, and a credit to the physicality that's on display here for both teams right now, as they are really just getting after every loose ball, going after every
nice
possible.
touch from Walters.
Yeah, what a poke. A little bit of a miss hit there, but both teams are going after every loose ball, trying to fill space as quickly as they can. When you're coming at a full head of steam, sometimes you can get a little ahead of your skis and you can, knock someone over. But, dangerous ball there from Smitley to Hutt. Pretty ill-advised from our vantage point up
it's
here.
It's hard to see the communication there. Smitley's wondering if Hutt was calling for that ball.
Yeah.
All Hutt could do was put that ball out of bounds. And lucky as number 27, Colin Gottrin, the junior from Centerville, Ohio, was bearing down. 23 minutes left in the half. We're looking at a long throw from Locke. Goes to the near post. Hutt pushes two Ohio Northern players down.
Yeah.
You hear a loud
hey
from the bench. But no call on that. The goalkeeper usually gets the benefit of the doubt. Oh, that looked like two heads banging, but Morrison gets up. Those can be dangerous plays there.
Yeah, you gotta kind of have eyes in the back of your head. Not unclear if Morrison was trying to call Hassenrick off of that one. But again, Ohio Northern finding the ball at their feet with every ping pong that's made, every bounce seems to be falling their way right now. And they're doing an excellent job of controlling the pitch outside of a few really great possessions from Hope so far. And we'll see what the Dutchmen can do to try to build back up. As we've talked about, they're really good at building from the back. They like to do that as Morrison swings it out to Sondies here.
But they've had a hard time, if we're honest, finding that transition from the defense to that center mid and then up to the forwards. It seems like the middies don't have a ton of time, and then that ball has just let them down up to the attackers so far. Ohio Northern plays that ball over the top. Lohman and Hutt run into each other, and again that ball just sails over the fence into the trees.
Oh, I thought it was going to bounce. Yeah, I thought it was going to bounce right back into play.
Oh, my. If you're just tuning in to Hope's Anchor Network for the first time, we are glad you're here. The universal get up from the ref on that play on Robinson as he goes down way too easily. That's going to be out on Hope College. But 21 minutes here left in the first half. A good game so far, very physical, a lot of fouls, chances on both sides. Probably the best chance of the half so far was from Alcala, just missing that far post about 5 or 6 minutes ago. But Ohio Northern probably has had a little better of the play here in the first half, moving it side to side, but hasn't really had the best of opportunities yet as Hope's defense has really solidified over the last 10 minutes.
And that one is going to be well off of the end line. Easy goal kick for Cooper Hutt here. Yeah, I think Ohio Northern has possessed the ball really well. I'm interested to see how Hope can turn it up in these last 20 minutes, try to gain some of that possession percentage back a little bit for this first half. It's not always who possesses the ball the most that ends up scoring, but if you possess the ball more, you're going to have more chances. You're going to have more opportunities. That's just the sheer math of it. And Hope needs to do a better job, like you talked about trying to find those balls through the midfield and work the ball up top, either through some slotted plays, some through balls, because right now they've played it pretty safely out on the wings and they're trying to work it back in the center. But the problem is Ohio Northern just packs the top of that 18 and they can easily clear it out right away.
I've been really impressed with Venice, just his toughness in that center of that 6th position. A nice little through ball. Oh, great recovery by Lohman there. Nice stand-up play by the freshman as Gautran was coming in, passing it to Aiden McMahon. And actually a fascinating thing here as Josh Weigel, the Naperville Central player, junior, and Aiden McMahon, the Naperville North player, both juniors.
Okay.
And I believe they played club together. I'll have to check on that, but they know each other, obviously being from the same town. Two phenomenal players playing at this level.
Yeah, very familiar with one another's games. There was a a player from the Milwaukee School of Engineering, also from Naperville.
Yeah, it's a hotbed for soccer.
It really is, apparently. And a great seems like a lot of players come out of there and play elsewhere in the Midwest.
That's right.
I don't know what that says about North Central College and whether or not people are willing to stay home.
North Central College has built up a great program over the last few years. Won the conference, I think, four times in a row. North Park has been very good, and Wheaton in that CCIW as well over the last few years.
North Central's football team winning the D3 national championship this past year.
Yeah, multiple times in the last couple years. They've just been a great program. As Hope's football team travels on the road today to Iowa to play their first home game
against
tomorrow.
The Loris Dewhawks.
Yeah, the Dewhawks. Weigel tries to play it off of Foster, who plays it wide. Bordonia stands over the ball. Finds Rusakis. Nice
what
little
a through ball.
You know, it's been interesting to watch Ohio Northern. They're very good at mixing it up. They're playing that long ball into the center backs to get them on their heels, and then they're pulling it back, moving it around, just trying to find those little gaps. I've just been really impressed by the way they're attacking Hope's defense right now. But right now, Hope is standing tall.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say that, they really are. You got to think that Hope is – with the amount of work that Ohio Northern is doing in Hope's defensive third, you got to think that that Hope's bound to have a quick counterattack now and then. They just haven't been able to get to that next level and really get it through the midline in order to work it up top for their fellow Dutchmen.
Freshman from Holland, Michigan, Luke Laird into the game for Evan Zondes. And number 21, Will Baker, a sophomore from Hillard, Ohio, in for the number 7, Aiden McMahon, who I was just talking about. Ohio Northern's looking to play this around. Actually, nice drive from that outside back through the middle. Man, swarming Hope defense. Laird on the ball, the freshman from West Ottawa, plays it back to Smitley. Over the top, and that just has not worked so far as Ohio Northern handles that very well. Although the double team comes and Weigel finds Davidson, who's out on the run. Nice play from Hope.
Ooh.
Oh, wow, but that's out for a corner, and a great spell there.
Yeah.
As Weigel and Walters swarm the Ohio Northern player. Davidson, first time I've seen him with that much space, gets out on the run. And you want Matt Davidson, if you're a Hope fan, with the ball at his feet with space.
Yeah, absolutely right. Just unable to slot it through to Jackson Mindling there. You kind of saw what he was doing. But that was also a pretty quick transition counter, thanks to the play of Weigel.
What you were just talking about.
Yeah, quickly into Davidson as well.
That ball is off of Davidson's foot, drops in at the 12, and Ohio Northern is glad that they can just clear it without a shot getting off.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he shorted that one a little bit, but it landed perfectly, and just, when you get the bodies in the box like that, it is Mindling now with a strike. It's going to go well wide to the left, but I like that.
Some would say that that's an ambitious take.
Yeah.
But not for Jackson Mindling.
No, those people have never met Jackson Mindling, I will say.
We have seen a few games where he would hit what I would call a straight banger from 25, 30 out that would just rise up into that top of the net. He wasn't able to get completely around that one, but I like the idea, trying to catch the goalie off guard on the half step. Ball over the top from Ohio Northern now. Lohman does not play like a freshman. I mean, he is just all over the place. His pace is so good. Battling here. Hunt with a great save as Lohman was just barely beat and couldn't get around the edge there.
Get big, Cooper Hutt.
Great save.
Love to see that.
I couldn't see who shot that ball for Ohio Northern there. I think that was Colin Gottrin.
Yeah, Grant Hassenrick took an errant kind of ricochet to the
That's
face
right.
that went in favor of the Polar Bears, and that's just literally the way the ball bounces sometimes, you know. But Jack Lohman, again, not playing like a freshman.
Oh, he is
at all.
A phenomenal player. His athleticism and pace. Played for a great program on the east side, the Jags, and it's good to have him here at Hope. Ohio Northern now looks for the long throw as everyone from Seth Walters from Hope is in the box. Midling puts his head down. Smitley
Dangerous.
puts it out, and that ball is cranked wide
Yeah.
by the number 23 here. That is Grant Israel, who's in the game for the
Senior
first time.
out of Canton, Michigan.
Hey, there we go.
East Sider.
They're close to Ohio, right?
Yeah, I think
in
so.
that southeast
Yeah,
side,
sometimes, yeah. Him and Tanner Locke, both products of Salem High School out of Canton.
Yeah. Ohio Northern's made quite a few subs in the last few minutes to see how they end this half. 27 there, Gottrin on the ball again with a little through ball.
Oh, wow, what a
And that
pass.
is a goal from Ohio Northern.
What a pass.
Finish, it looks like by Miles Armstrong, if I can see the number 9 right.
Yeah.
But 2 subs off the bench. Will Baker with just a nice little slotted ball. They got in behind those center backs for Hope. Cooper came out like he did the last time, and smart in a wonderful fashion, Will Baker just put a soft touch.
That was a really, really good looking pass across the box there, and just getting in behind the defense. And I mean,
right place, right time for Miles Armstrong, but he might not have an easier goal to put in throughout his time in college, just to tap that ball in. But again, what a beautiful run by him, and what a smart play by Will Baker. 12:30 left in the half, and we'll see how Hope responds. Luke Laird tries to play that ball down the line, and that's a call. Riker Korstons earns the free kick on the number 20, Sterling Siegel. Fascinating game here, and it's I wonder what you think about this strategy by Ohio Northern, putting so much pressure and getting into the backs of Hope and trying to knock them off their game with these fouls.
Yeah, I mean, they are definitely playing incredibly physical. Hope has played physical teams before as well, so they're obviously no stranger to that. But I think, you know, it helps get a psychological advantage even a little bit as Davidson takes this free kick here. Long ball to the back post.
Oh, and that ball is in!
Whoa!
Off the head of, I believe that's Luke Laird.
Luke Laird.
The number 11. Right, what a response. Less than a minute later, 57 seconds in, Paul Willard.
Oh, and I mean, what an absolute credit to Matt Davidson with that swinger that he put on that free kick. That ball just curved in the right position, hung in the air long enough, dropped right into the back of the 6, and headed in to the goal by the true freshman, Luke Laird.
And what that really did with Loft and Walters comes in, potentially a yellow card on that one. That was a dangerous, he's going to have a talking to.
Yeah.
This game has just amped up its energy in the last
really
2
has,
minutes.
yeah.
It's been physical throughout. But that ball by Davidson sat and hung long enough that Zermelli, the goalkeeper, said he needed to come out for it. And so by him pulling out is what allowed Laird to loft that in behind.
Yeah.
And this is nonstop action back and forth here as Laird clears that out. Great goal by the freshman there, and a 1-1 game here. What a response from Hope. A really, really important goal for them to go into the half tied off the set piece. Morrison will head that out. And the number 17, Joe Roberts, another sub off the bench, will look to possess.
Yeah, Ohio Northern not having...
oh, my goodness.
Whoa! Woo! Hutt looked like he had that one covered, but maybe by an inch.
Wild.
Wow, what a strike. Yeah, not a lot of starters in for Ohio Northern right now. They've made 6 or 7 substitutes in this contest so far. Hope sending 3 or 4 out onto the pitch as well, including the goal scorer for Hope.
Yeah.
True freshman, local product, Luke Laird.
3 of the 4 players in those goal scoring opportunities there were subs in this game, which is just a phenomenal stat. I mean, Davidson on the assist here as Midling drives down the middle, but Laird scores the goal, and then Miles Armstrong scored on the pass from Will Baker, both subs from Ohio Northern. Laird now touches the ball, a sub, puts it wide to Riker with a great first touch, gets the ball in for a cross. Oh, that ball drops to Midling, who puts it down.
Shot left-footed.
Woo!
Woo. Jackson, that I can't see whose number that is on the far side there, but he has been blanketing Mindling every time that the ball comes into the 18. And if he's not there to out-position Mindling from that, Jackson has dead to rights on that ball to go around it and swing and crush it.
Walter's pressure up top has created a lot up there as Hope has dropped it in and found a little more possession underneath the center mids and in front of the center backs. Weigel, nice little move there to find Riker, who gets around the edge. That ball is tipped, and it's going to be out for a corner on a dangerous little deflection there. And Hope will get another corner kick, and it looks like Davidson will be on this ball, and he got the assist on the last set piece.
Yeah, Riker just with a beautiful touch to that outside there, trying to beat his man into the 18, and that ball gets kicked out for a Flying Dutchman corner kick here. I mean, basically a free set piece. So we'll see what we can do, especially with Davidson's talented boot here, as he has had a couple of strikes that obviously one assist and another strike on a free kick that was really phenomenal.
That ball is blocked. You can see that line. That's the marker that says you got to be at that line. And the defender took the worst brunt of that. Fascinating to see here. Many sophomores and freshmen on that back stick. Midling, Lohman, Laird, Riker, and Smitley. All underclassmen looking to head that ball in.
Oh!
To the near post. Great defensive play, and that'll go out for a throw in here. Hope, after the goal, kind of woke up a little bit and said, we're going to start playing with a higher intensity and creating more.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it in the building or in the stadium here. You can kind of feel the intensity wrapping up for both teams. Hope obviously getting that goal to notch it 1-1 kind of has new life here. Took the wind out of the sails of Ohio Northern for a little bit, as Hope has pretty much been dominant on this side of the pitch for the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, initially having those subs in for Northern created the goal, but you wonder if they've lost their shape a little bit as they've replaced much of their midfield defensively. And now Northern subs 2 more players in, the number 3, Braden Dillo, and the number 11, Landon Miller.
Yeah, I'm interested to see kind of the work rate once we get numbers at halftime here. It's not going to be a surprise, but for Hope and for Ohio Northern, Hope traditionally averages, especially for people like Davidson, Weigel, Walters, Morrison, anywhere between 75 and the full 90 for a game. So I'll be interested to see kind of what strategy that Coach Chris Mateka has here with putting in subs and what that's going to do for his starters. And
absolutely.
Hope is very well conditioned. We saw that in the Ohio Northern game. We even saw it in the MSOE game. They are extremely well conditioned. So I expect a lot of players to be playing the full 90 tonight for Hope. And we'll see. Hope seems to have the momentum right now as we tick down to 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in this first half.
Morrison puts that ball over the top. Weigel with 2 hands in his back. No call on that play. They're allowing them to play in that midfield. Great play there. Midling, they've been finding his head a bit more, and Riker has been dangerous on this side. running at pace at the defenders and creating corners and throw-ins.
Yeah.
Midling will hand the ball off to Jack Lohman, the freshman, who will go for another long throw. It's interesting when you have a long thrower is also one of your better headers of the ball, but the long throw is so dangerous in the college game.
Yeah, that's exactly what Cole Pauley would do last year, though, too. I can't even count how many times he had an assist just from a throw-in last year.
Looks like we've got Hope going to the set pieces in the throws and been really dangerous and putting pressure. Ohio Northern hasn't known necessarily how to defend this, so we'll see how this goes. Davidson stands over the ball. Walters battling right next to that goalie. Great ball in.
Ooh.
Oh, and Zermelli.
That's a great read by Zermelli.
Great play.
Yeah.
And great hold there. Weigel playing some defense there on Braden Dillo, the recent sub. Here's the number 13, Jackson Edmondson. Tries to play it through. And that goes to Hutt. Hutt been very active in this game early on.
Well, and really both goalkeepers doing an
right.
outstanding job so far, making great reads on the ball. The one, and both of them really kind of happened by a ball sneaking in towards the back. Number 13 getting the foul there, Jackson Edmondson. The Ohio Northern crowd not liking that one bit.
But we've been watching that throughout the game,
yeah,
coming into the back.
And the Polar Bear players out on the pitch, almost this incredulous response every single time a foul is called of who, me? Which, that, to be fair, I do that a lot too.
But at the same time, we've watched that strategy. If I were them and I gave up a goal early on, I would not continue to give up these set pieces, as Davidson has been wicked putting this ball in.
Back post. And they're going to
like,
say Seth was offsides.
Yeah. Oh, Zermelli comes up limping a little bit.
Yeah.
He'll be glad to get into the locker room here, unless he's not going to be able to finish the half. That's a distinct limp.
Yeah,
he has, and it looks
collided.
on the right ankle there.
Yeah, he collided, it looked like, with Carson McGovern, true freshman out of Beaver Creek, the one who's pretty much been blanketing Jackson Mindling all game. And Carson McGovern is not a small dude.
Not at all. Wow, long ball there.
What a boot.
As Morrison with a great read there. Hassenrick unable to get up off the ground on that header. Ohio Northern puts it back in. Riker has had a great half.
Yeah, he really has. Just out hustling.
His hustle and pace has just been phenomenal. Hass tries to lay it off for Weigel, but it looks like Will Baker comes back to win that for Ohio Northern.
Oh, great step by Jack Lohman to win that one back. Luke Laird now with the ball, pushing pace.
Laird lays it off for Hassenrick. Tries to go 1v1. A nice little touch there. Oh, Laird.
Cheeky back heel.
A class little play there just to try and offset the defense. The ball's back at Hassenrick's foot. Finds Laird, who heads it onto the goalkeeper, but not enough pace as he was sitting at around 16 yards out.
Yeah, I like that spell of play, though, there. I mean, Hassenrick taking his opponent one-on-one, beating him down the line, trying to put a cross in. And Hope has had a lot more success. I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record, but Hope has had not much success to start by trying to put the ball across the 18. And now within the past couple of minutes, they've had a really good opportunity to drive the ball across the top of that box. They've had great success coming down the wings with Riker and Grant playing in those positions. And Hope has just been putting the pressure on here, and I think is going to ride the momentum into halftime.
It's a fascinating thing, Paul, because as we said earlier, Ohio Northern has much of their second unit on the field here, and so Hope has really come out, although right away when that second unit came on, they scored the goal, which put them ahead. But after that, Hope has had kind of the run of play since, and so the momentum in this game has shifted as Hope has just subbed a few players. But at the same time, in a full 90 minutes, you wonder if Coach Mateka is saying, well, I'm saving my guys for the end of this game to have some high energy. So just two different strategies, and we'll see what plays out over a full 90 minutes.
8, 7, 6.
5 seconds left in the half as we count down. A great game. You're going to want to stick around for the second half in this 1-1 battle between the Dutchmen and Ohio Northern, Paul.
Yeah. We'll be back with you in about 15 minutes with some halftime numbers here. Maybe a special guest appearance or two.
Yes.
From what I understand. So we will be back. You're watching Hope Men's Soccer on the Anchor Network.
Wonderful.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
Holland BPW is proud to support Hope Athletics and commitment to energy efficiency. It's easy for Holland BPW electric customers to get started with Home Energy 101 at hollandenergyfund.com. With Home Energy 101, learn the best ways to maximize efficiency and save on your utility bills. You also get a kit of energy-saving supplies valued at up to $300. Get started at hollandenergyfund.com today.
Hope students are challenged to dig deeper. They're challenged to find their calling and shape their future. They're taught to empower their talents, chase their dreams, and encouraged to make a difference. The Hope student body is ready to change the world.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget Louis the Lightkeeper to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Our students act as beacons of hope for their community. They lead with courage, conviction, patience, and strength. They're ready to change the world.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope Admissions Office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
There are over 5,000 colleges and universities in the United States alone. and nearly every single one of them is named after a location or a historical figure. But along the shores of Lake Michigan, there is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope. It is so easy to get lost in what this world lacks, to become discouraged by its needs, gaps, and flaws. Can we see beyond the uncertainty and brokenness? At Hope College, we do. Not by ignoring the world as it is, but by learning and living with the belief that this is not the world as it should be, by driving to understand, to unlock clarity, to amplify truth, by leading with inspired compassion, by embodying a vision that illuminates greater opportunity.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope's stories of transformational impact.
Sports, like healthcare, requires commitment, teamwork, and excellence. That's why Hope College selected Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics to provide athletic training and physical therapy for all Hope College athletes. Get the care you deserve. Trust the team that exceeds expectations. The Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics Sports Medicine Collaborative.
Believe you'll see it all comes together. My dream, I bleed, I'll give the better part of me. Be free, break free, release, destroy the enemy. Just breathe. Fight for the power. Stand your ground, don't let it go. Fight for the power. Can't be scared when you're in the dark. You should never let the fear make you run away. Fire still burning for another day. Fight for the power.
Pushes it in. Oh, he's got another one! He's got another one! Oh, wow! As that ball bounces across the middle, he is on sides. Strong last 4 minutes of the first half. Pause.
Hey, when we get the ball back, punish them.
Traffic with the and one. Going right, passing left. There's a touchdown pass to Strickland.
Raise your flag or even the score. Take your shot, ready for more. Surrender, there is no other choice. Set my soul free now. Light it up on fire. Bet on me, I got you. Pick a number.
Bassel with a block downfield, breaks the tackle, stiff arm. Turns that charm off. 1 second.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
Sports, like healthcare, requires commitment, teamwork, and excellence. That's why Hope College selected Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics to provide athletic training and physical therapy for all Hope College athletes. Get the care you deserve. Trust the team that exceeds expectations. The Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics Sports Medicine Collaborative.
To the second half from Holland, Michigan and Van Andel Soccer Stadium.
We are dancing queens in the building.
That's right.
I love to see it.
The sun is setting on the first half, and second half will come as the night gets dark. But this has been an unbelievable first half, and twists and turns back and forth. Ohio Northern kind of had the run of play. They scored with about 13 minutes left in the game. Hope responds immediately and then kind of takes it to Ohio Northern in the last 12 minutes, and we have a 1-1 game. Paul, talk about some of the things you saw there in the first half.
I mean, just from a sheer possession standpoint, right, we've got Hope 52%, Ohio Northern 48%, which we kind of expected to see.
Right.
We really expected them to be fairly equal, especially as Hope put on the pressure in those last 12 minutes after Luke Laird scored that equalizer on that header. Incredible amount of pressure from the Ohio Northern offense early on in the game. Hope looked like they were able to kind of figure it out a little bit more, break some things down, get the ball inside of the box a little bit more, as they were pretty much stamped out that entire first part of the first half. But all things being equal, 9 total shots on goal, 6 on target for ONU, 7 for the Flying Dutchman, 4 on target.
Right.
So pretty equal. Corners are 4 and 2 in favor of the Dutchman. So it's a very, very even game, worthy of the 1-1 score.
I think one of the big things that was a difference maker for Hope in that first half was the amount of fouls that Ohio Northern had on them. They were whistled 9 different times on the game.
Yep.
It's something to watch in that second half because Hope scored off a set piece. The freshman Luke Laird headed it in off a cross from Matt Davidson. So 4 corners and 9 free kicks is a lot of opportunities that Ohio Northern was giving to the Dutchmen and got them back in the game. And really the ref has done a good job because the midfielders of Ohio Northern Polar Bears were wrapping up the midfielders early, and it looked like he started to call things, and Hope was able to gain some more freedom. So this is going to be a really great half.
Yeah, very physical contest so far. I would expect, for both teams to come out and still play physical, clean soccer. No booking so far. Like you said, quite a few fouls that resulted in Hope getting a good number of set pieces. But, Ohio Northern bringing most of their starters back in for the start of this second half. And we're going to see what kind of pressure Hope can maintain. They did really well when they pushed the ball down the wings and then kind of skated it right across the middle. And they've had tremendous opportunities to score some goals. Cooper Hutt's been tested a couple of times. Zermelli's been tested a number of times as well. So, I mean, if we walk out of here still at a 1-1 tie, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating second half. Want to welcome in something we've been doing the last couple years is welcoming an alumni player into the booth for first 5 minutes of the second half. And tonight, for the second time or third time here, second time, we have Tom DeVries, the recent graduate from Hope, that we're going to welcome on to the stream. And from a player's perspective, Tom DeVries, I want you to tell me what type of game this has been from a player's perspective, and is this a type of game that you would love to play in?
Yeah, definitely a game that I'd love to play in. I mean, as a striker, midfielder, it'd definitely be a frustrating game for me. I think Hope's been struggling on the offensive side, at least for the majority of the first half. I think the last 10 to 15 minutes we started to piece things together, but yeah, I'd be frustrated. I'd want to get the ball at my feet, and right now Seth is getting his way, and but it's these games where it's so tight. It's getting pushy, it's getting shovey, so anything can happen, and the adrenaline's running.
Seth Walters got out on the break, unable to get around that ball and pass it to Hasenreich, who is running up on that wing. Ohio Northern looks to play that ball long, and Hope, although dicey on the defense to start the game, really kind of picked it up and figured it out there at the end of the half. That ball sits at the center back, and Zermelli will have it as his feet. Tom, talk about the physicality in this game. What have you noticed from both teams, and how does Hope respond as Ohio Northern? How did you see them respond, and how should they behave in the second half playing against the physicality of, especially in the midfield and back from Ohio Northern?
Yeah, I think our boys are doing a good job at keeping their heads level. As the games get more and more pushy, of course it's going to lead to more fouls, but also more opportunities, which is what we took advantage of to get our goal. I think, coming from my standpoint, it's almost better when it gets chippier because, especially with the coaching of Blahnik, we're taught to keep a level head, not talk to the refs, do our best just to get up, brush off, and continue. And I think we're more mature in that sense to most of our opponents, and just use that, we don't care, we're just going to keep playing to our advantage. And the more fouls they call on the opponent, the more opportunities we can to put the ball in the back of the net. So I think it's a great opportunity for us with our level of maturity in that aspect.
Yeah, and as we talk about that, Luke Laird is called for a foul, and there is a set piece for the Polar Bears. Number 5, Enzo Bordogna will stand over this ball. Seth Walters will be the lone man in the wall. He's asked to move back to 10 yards. Ref marks it out. Bordogna looks to swing this ball in on his left foot. That ball drops in dangerously, and the attacker for Ohio Northern not able to get enough pace. That's a hard angle to get your head around, and Hutt pulls it down.
Yeah, you love to have a goalkeeper like Cooper who's super vocal, gets in there, is not scared. So Hope definitely good in the back of the net.
Walters wins the throw and goes quick to Zondes down the line, tries to get it across, and that ball's going to go out for a corner kick. And a gasp from the crowd as number 15, Carson McGovern, goes down, the freshman from Beaver Creek, Ohio. And Davidson on the ball. Davidson, a fifth-year senior here. Tom DeVries, talk about Matt Davidson's skill on the ball and his set-piece ability.
Yeah, I mean, he's super quality. He's the type of guy that, you can always look to in games like this where it's super tight. And, yeah, he can just whip that ball in there, so we'll see what he does here.
Oh, my goodness. Lohman strikes the ball to the far post, and there are some teams, Tommy, that don't put those guys on that post, and that's a reason why you put a player on that post.
Right.
Unbelievable save.
Yeah, he's not there. That's a goal every day of the week.
Put on the far post. Lohman takes it out of the air. A great strike, a hard coming away from the goal to get around on it. Nice opportunity for the Dutchman, but this game's still 1-1. Laird plays that ball up harmlessly, and Zermelli will have the ball. Tom, talk a little bit about what you feel like Ohio Northern needs to do here in the second half is they started the game really well. They were finding those little through ball gaps.
Yeah.
They were pulling apart the center backs for Hope. And then subs, change the chemistry, change the momentum. What do they need to do here to start the second half?
Yeah, I mean, they were doing a great job the majority of the first half, just, speed of play, bringing in Hope defenders and then playing off that. I think as Hope's starting to figure that out, they're going to have to find new ways to get around us. Go out wide, pull defenders there, and then go through the middle. But it's going to be extremely difficult with the transition that Hope's doing on the defensive side and starting to figure that out and bring in more offensive momentum.
Gage Foster plays that ball in. A great ball. It's up in the mix. Smitley comes out of nowhere to win that one, and Hassenrick just has to play it over the end line as Colin Gottrin was running on. The righty, Gage Foster, looks to take this corner kick as Bordonia has been on it with his left foot earlier. But on this side, it looks like he'll be playing that in-swinging ball. Short corner. Venice plays it long. Robinson plays it back across, bouncing around like a pinball, and Hope is glad to clear that ball. Zondi's on his horse,
nice.
And he wins it. What hustle. A great play as the crowd loves it.
That is Evan Sondi's in a nutshell.
I would, Zondi's strikes me as the type of guy you wouldn't want to be in a boxing ring with.
No.
Tough as nails. Utah kid. So, Tommy, it's been a pleasure to have you. Okay, if you could give us the key to who do you think is going to win this game, the team that does this the best for the last 37 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's get it out wide, especially with Grant, Riker, get it wide and get those balls. And I think that at the end of the day, that's going to be the biggest threat on both sides. I think they're starting to even out on the midfield. It's going to be that final third, whipped in balls that's going to be the game changer.
Well, Tom, it looks like you have a future as this is in broadcasting on the Anchor Network because you are a natural and a pro. So thank you for joining us tonight. For more Tommy time in the future, we're excited to have him. Tom DeVries, thank you so much for being on the call.
What a great treat it is to have some Tommy time on a Friday evening,
What a phenomenal young man, and just the type of kid that Hope produces. Hope Athletics is supported so much by our community.
Yes.
It's why players from West Michigan and actually all over the region want to come play here, not just for the facilities, as Laird is fouled there, but the ref lets that go because it's an advantage. And probably a good call as Riker lays that off to Zondi's and lets that go. But obviously a foul on that play on Laird, but Hope had the advantage. That's why that foul was not called. Lohman on the ball again. This freshman pushes it up the wing. He gets fouled on that play.
That's a full forearm extension. I'm surprised to not see a card come out here on that one, as definitely that number 19 went right through the back of Jack Lohman on that one. Chase Robinson, and he has just been a beast all over the pitch today.
Lohman?
No, well, both.
Robinson. Yeah, a difference maker in the first half for Ohio Northern. Robinson is all over the field. That time he got caught a little bit with his hand in the cookie jar on that foul. And really, it's interesting to hear Tommy, during Tommy Time, talk about that he likes these type of games.
Yeah.
Likes winning the foul, staying composed as Davidson stands over this ball. Let's see
Coach,
what happens here.
and Tommy said, Coach Blahnik preaches and teaches keeping your head about you and keeping your wits about you so that you don't lose your cool. Never talk to the ref, right? Never let them see you sweat, right? And that's exactly what Hope has done all game, is they have earned a lot more fouls than have been given. And it's just phenomenal to watch as the competition grows and the environment gets hotter and hotter and more intense and more intense. Both teams are doing a phenomenal job of keeping their cool on the pitch, considering the physical rate of play that is happening right now.
High-level teams finishing in the top of their conferences, going to the national tournament last year. This is what you expect when you schedule these early season NCAA tournament teams. You're looking for regional rankings. You're looking for competing against the best so that at the end of the season, you know what it looks like. You get results. You get tested by the best, and that's why they're playing this game. And honestly, this feels like a late season game with the physicality, the pace, and the strategy that's going on here. Ohio Northern moving the ball here side to side. That ball's up for Bordonia. He wins it over Hassenrick. Gotchran plays that ball down to Robinson. Oh, but great defensive play by Hassenrick, working back.
Right place, right time.
Oh, Weigel with just an unbelievable first touch. Laird gets hit again.
Yeah.
And Hope fans looking for a foul. The crowd is getting a little bit into this game, too. That's been fun to watch here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium tonight, Paul.
Yeah, it sure has. And as the lights are coming on across the way here, the sky is getting a little bit darker. We do have to give a shout out, of course, to our great anchor sponsors.
That's right.
Like Holland BPW.
Hey.
Literally keeping the lights on around here.
What a transition.
Making everything work for us. LVZ Financial Planning for all of your future financial needs. Planning for the future. You want a kid coming to Hope, ONU? LVZ can probably help you out with that. Lighthouse Title Group, of course, local area here for getting people into houses and other places that they want to purchase. Gentex Corporation, a great local company here. Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedic Sports Medicine Collaborative, keeping our athletes healthy and well on and off the pitch. And of course, XYZ Motors, a brand new sponsor this year, always riding with hope.
Great job there.
Thank you.
That was a mouthful, but you did it well.
I would like to say that I rehearsed it back at home in the mirror a couple of times before I came, but that would be a lie.
The freshman Carson McGovern puts that ball out. Man, another freshman in this game that's just showed incredible poise. The number 15 left center back for the Polar Bears. Weigel tries to touch it by McGovern, but another big body. He is very confident on that ball.
Yeah, he is. Does not play like a true freshman.
No, not at all. Ohio Northern under a little bit higher pressure here as the Flying Dutchmen have stepped up their physicality. Walters has been a really great player. A nice run there as Hutt is under some pressure. Will Baker on the assist in the first half. Almost gets on that ball, and Robinson gets another foul. Perhaps the most fouls without a yellow card. It's a lot tonight.
And I'm actually surprised that the one here on the near touchline where he went straight through the back of Jack Lohman did not get a card. But the referee, center official, doing a phenomenal job of keeping everybody really honest in this game. What a boot down the pitch here. Walters heads it on to Weigel, just unable to find the feet of a Flying Dutchman.
Oh, Davidson keeps that ball in. But another nice play by the Polar Bear. Is it a
individual?
The bear? The individual
single.
bear?
Yeah. Just like we are like a Flying Dutch man.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe.
I like that. McGovern on that ball. He just so confident. Looking for the pass there as Laird has come into that center mid in the second half and played really well. Hassenrick goes shoulder to shoulder with Colin Gatron.
Yeah.
And Hass goes down, earning the foul there. It looked like Gatron got him a little bit in the back.
Yeah, it did. And, you know, I mean, when they go shoulder to shoulder like that, it's such a tough play. The referee, that center official, from the vantage point of coming up from the rear, he can only see what he can see from that point of view. And it looked pretty equal from up here. But from the referee's POV, you know, he's got to make that call.
POV, meaning point of view.
Yes, sir.
Laird with a little bit of a heavy touch, and he's dispossessed in the middle. Ohio Northern, that is an onside play right there. Lohman chases down Gage Foster, and that one's going to be a foul on Lohman. The Polar Bears fans are cheering that one on. It looked like a little bit of an embellishment, but again, it's physical.
Yeah.
The ref's trying to keep control of it, and it's a smart play by Foster on that one.
Yeah, you could see in the aftermath of that play, Grant Hassenrick, the senior, telling Lohman, hey, bring it back down a little bit. You don't have to be so physical right there. Just stay with the man.
He's facing the other direction.
Yeah, you don't have to wrap your arms around him. Just slow it down a little bit, settle down. Hassenrick and Sandi's on the wall now.
Foster plays that right into the two-man wall. He gets around the edge on the line, plays it back across, and it looks like Weigel was up to the task. A lot of subs coming here as Coach Blahnik gets in two freshmen for the first time in this game. It looks like Jack Riebel and Jack Molina Espinoza will join the other freshman, Jack Lohman. So we got three freshman Jacks on the field.
A lot of Jacks, and including senior goalkeeper on the bench right now, Jack McDaniel. A lot of Jacks on the Hope team. Jack of all trades, might I say? There's a joke in there somewhere.
There was. I just wasn't quick enough to
it.
I know. We're not on our top game.
We're doing fine.
We're doing okay. Great play. Hutt comes out for it.
Dangerous, yeah.
Oh, but Midling is going the other way. Unable
Jackson
to touch
get
it
around,
by Bordonia there with a great play. Venice on the ball. I've been really impressed with Venice throughout this game.
You love to see Alan Alcala back in the game here. Had a tremendous chance to kind of start the game within the first 10 or 15 minutes with a strike that just went wide. So you would love to see Alcala get a couple more touches here as he looks to work the ball up top, as he is known to do. So, and you know, all things being equal, Mr. Margarone, we have had a phenomenal second half here with the two teams really battling it out. Not a ton of shots on goal, a couple of fouls here and there, but great possession play from both teams. Great pressure from both teams. We've had a couple of plays that could have broken open, but because of the quality of these two teams, they were able to either snuff each other out or
oh, wow.
Wow.
That was an unbelievable little overlap run between Foster and Bordonia, which led to the recent sub, the number 23, Grant Israel, senior from Canton, Salem High School, coming in late running on that. You know what they say, you never want to be early to a party, but when you make that late to the party run, oftentimes you're moving towards the goal, and that's what happened for Israel there. Unable to finish as it just went over the bar. Two-handed push on Midling. Another foul here. But Paul Willard, how did we get here? 1-1 in the game.
Yeah.
In the first half, if you're just joining us, in the 33rd minute, Miles Armstrong scored a goal from a nice little setup pass, and he just had to slot the ball home from Will Baker, two subs off the bench that finished. And just under a minute later, in the 34th minute, Matt Davidson had an in-swinging ball that found the head of the freshman substitute, Luke Laird, who put it into goal. And that's where we're at, 1-1 with 26 minutes left.
Yeah. Speaking of Matt Davidson here, long free kick from the midline and just unable to get it anywhere inside the box, as that ball's going to sail. Ooh, easily handled by Zermelli there, but that's a dangerous one from Morrison as he sent that one launching to the stratosphere. As Zermelli read that one really well. Cooper Hutt, dangerous play here. Hutt's out of position, out of the mouth of the goal, and that ball's going to go over the end line to the to the delight of the Flying Dutchman fan and to the dismay of the Polar Bears fans in attendance here.
Yes.
I mean, a little bit of an irresponsible read by somebody, right? I'm not sure. But, you know, a little bit of a lack of communication there, a little bit of confusion. It seemed like Cooper was running up to clear that one out. And then just a little bit of confusion between him and his defenders, and not able to get anything on it. And fortunately for the Dutchman, it sails wide and goes off of the end line. And now
some pace here from the freshman, and that's going to go out for a corner kick here.
Yeah, Jack Riebel, freshman, with some speed on that outside edge, getting inside of the box. And, you know, you've got great talent on the pitch right now. Alan Alcala, Jack Riebel, Jackson Mindling, Luke Laird. I would look for this ball to try to find the head of Mindling or Laird here, as those are the two biggest bodies, and both of them are standing pretty much on the back post right now.
Davidson stands over the ball, puts up his two hands as per usual, swinging in, dangerous. Lohman pushes the defender out. Alcala slips down but earns another corner kick, and Davidson will run all the way to the other side. And this one will probably swing out from the goal, but, man, Lohman as a freshman is dangerous in there. But, you know, Hope has been dangerous on set pieces this entire game, and we will watch Davidson stand over it again. He swings it in again. Laird goes up for it. Scored in the first half off that header. Finds Lohman. Back to Alcala. Chips it in.
Whoa.
Oh, great play by the goalkeeper, Zermelli, amidst the chaos there. And Paul, the sky is like a bluish purple with a near full moon.
Yeah, it looks like a Tim Burton movie out there right now, I would say, yeah.
That was the reference I was looking for. That's when Cooper was out of the goal. It looked like a Tim Burton movie as well. Near
one
horror
of
the shocker.
Sure.
But they escaped that pressure and that little melee, and both teams are now back on the ball. That ball pops up off the midfield, or Jackson Edmondson's hand, but no handball on that play. Midling goes up against the freshman McGovern, who heads it down to Bordonia. Lohman comes over and just puts it out of bounds, and we'll see two more subs here as we hear from Darren Dystemars. The goal scorer, Miles Armstrong, freshman from Marysville, Ohio, Marysville High School, into the game. Bordonia looks to throw the ball in. Alcala tracks the midfielder, checking to the ball. Morrison, the center back, steps up to try and win it. That ball has bounced in the air maybe 7 straight headers here.
Wow.
Morrison brings it down. Alcala can't find Weigel. Baker.
Oh, what a turn.
Matty Davidson, fifth-year senior.
Wow.
Gets out of the pressure there. Oh, Midling bearing down. McGovern, wow. That is an unbelievable freshman player who's going to have an incredible career if he keeps playing at this level. Oh, what a touch from Weigel.
Yeah. And Weigel fighting through the grabbing and the jersey pulling too. I mean, Josh Weigel, always with the deftest of touches, but my goodness, he is getting beat up in that midfield tonight.
Man, there is some class skill on this soccer field right now as players are gaining in confidence as this game goes along. It's physical. They're trying to create space. The only way they can do that is by those brilliant first touches, and you're seeing a lot better first touch here from the Flying Dutchman, which is creating a lot more opportunities. Nice ball from one of the Jacks, and Midland comes in. Ooh, that looked like he must have come in late on that foul.
Yeah.
The Hope crowd didn't like it, but this ref has done a good job in the midst of the physical play.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Blahnik right now, you've got to be incredibly pleased with the poise and the skills and abilities that your Flying Dutchman squad has shown so far in this contest. Coming in with a losing record, they didn't really expect to have one. Very talented team, incredible skill players on both sides of the ball. And, they came out here with something to prove, and they have definitely done a phenomenal job of trying to beat back their losing record right now and try to notch it. Maybe get a victory tonight, walk away at a 500, maybe send Ohio Northern home with a 2-1 record. But, both teams have played phenomenally well, possessed the ball really well. It's been a very physical game so far, like we've talked about. A number of fouls on Ohio Northern that Ohio Northern committed, but been a very clean game, no bookings or anything so far.
Bordonia plays that ball in. Morrison heads it out. Still under pressure are the Flying Dutchman as that ball is chipped in by Armstrong. Ball is won by Riebel. And Hope looks to reset, not lose their marks, while Ohio Northern sits in the half-court offense here. Unbelievable ball, but Lohman recovers, and he grabs his back after he heads that ball out of bounds. Looks like Miles Armstrong will run to the corner to try to swing this ball in. Actually, they're talking to each other, and Armstrong will take this throw. Looks like a set play will come here, something straight from the training ground. You've got 4 Ohio Northern, 5 players all inside the 6, and no one else inside the box. He's going to drive this ball into the mix, see if something will knock that in. Dangerous ball, and that ball is put off the crossbar. It is not over the end line. Hope players saying it's over the end line, but if I was the AR on the other side, I would not have been able to see that at all. There were 20 bodies in the way. Another chipped in ball. Hutt goes up.
Wow.
Looked like his arm was hit, but this is mass chaos, and Weigel comes up away with it. He is fouled. Oh, they're calling that.
Wow. I'm not entirely sure.
Wow.
Going shoulder to shoulder like that, it was Colin Gottran, I believe, where he and Weigel were going, and it looked like Gottran got his forearm over the top of Weigel's shoulder as he was trying to get underneath. And again, that's a referee vantage point call.
Right. Depends on the angle. Sometimes the angle is different from your perception, and it did look like Weigel leaned in. Another dangerous ball in as Smitley goes up and heads it out. And Hope has been under pressure under these last 5 minutes with some set pieces from Ohio Northern. Baker looks to get to it. He gets on the end line, but that ball rolls just over as Smitley was beat. Oh, my gosh. Ooh. On that play, Cooper Hutt looked like he came out and grabbed the ball and almost got his arm knocked off of it. Sometimes you would see a foul called on that play, but the ref let that go, and it turned into some chaos there.
Yeah, that's such a tough time, too, when the goalkeeper seems to have it in his grasp and there are bodies flying everywhere, bodies flying kind of into each other, and sometimes there's an inadvertent bump or anything like that. But if the keeper has the ball in the hands, the referee needs to make every attempt to call that a foul and protect the goalkeeper from being in a dangerous position.
I'm not sure in the last few years watching a game that I've seen as many challenges in the air going up for head balls as I have in this game. The game has really been played very physically, very much in the midfield, and just balls coming in swinging in with pace into the box,
Yeah.
guys throwing themselves at the ball. It hasn't been the prettiest game to watch on the build, possession-wise,
Right.
but, man, it's been exciting.
It really has been a phenomenal contest so far between these two D3 Midwestern powerhouses as Rebel gets dispossessed there, but what a great little move from him.
Morrison finds the ball on his feet. He's been phenomenal tonight. He keeps that ball in.
Wow, I'm not
Unbelievable.
entirely sure how that happened. I don't think Mindling knew that ball was going to stay in because he kind of slowed up his run a little bit too quickly there, and I think if he would have kept it going, he probably could have run free onto that ball.
You know, Paul Willard, this is the exact time around in the first half where we saw the 2 goals come in a 1-minute succession, as we have 15 minutes left in a 1-1 tie ball game between these two national tournament teams from 2024, playing with some freshmen and underclassmen in a big game, but also with some senior experience. 14:48 left in the game as we see Alcala come out, Weigel and Walters come back in. The Polar Bears throw that ball down the line. Lohman, 2 hands in the back, probably could have been called for another foul. Zondi's battling the number 13, Jackson Edmondson. Walters turns on that ball. Rebel drives down the line. Fast freshman here, got an early cross in. Walters finds it at his feet. And Hope looks to work it back around. And Rebel gets to the end line, plays it up. Zondi's
slipped.
Tries to earn the free kick there. He had hands on him.
Yeah.
If there was a VAR, they might have seen that, but it looked like he was trying to get the foul on that one.
Well, and, you know, Sandi's, like we talked about, is a very physical player despite his smaller stature.
Yeah.
A little bit of a miss hit there.
Espinoza keeps it in
wow,
bounds.
What a play.
Plays it across. It drops to Rebel. Finds Davidson. And Espinoza, this freshman who is healthy again, earns a corner for the Flying Dutchman. And as much as Ohio Northern had the pressure about 10 minutes ago, they do not want to give away set pieces to Matt Davidson and these fabulous freshmen who have just been all over the place. Lohman had one saved off the line early on. Laird with a goal in the first half, and Davidson will look to put it in again.
Cleared out by the Polar Bears. Espinoza sends it back in, but wins the header there now too.
Smitley has played great tonight. Keeps that ball in.
Oh, so quick.
Oh, Weigel. And the assist from Baker in the first half. He went, he wins that ball, runs down the sideline. Nice turn on it. Bordonia gets grabbed by Zondi's, withstands the pressure. Hope's defense is offset a little bit as Catron cuts it back, goes for the shot this time, but isn't able to put that on net.
Substitution.
Chase Robinson coming back into the game now for the final 11 minutes and 50 seconds of this contest, it would seem, as he was definitely a force to be reckoned with, both physically and from a skill standpoint in that first half and for pretty much the entirety of the second half here until he went out and took a breather. But he's now back in the contest. And, you know, Mr. Margarone, if you're Ohio Northern right now, you want to keep putting the pressure on Hope. You seem to have a little bit of an advantage of possession there for about 5 to 6 minutes, unable to capitalize on it. And Hope just needs that one little through ball to get behind the defense, because unlike in the first half, Ohio Northern is not really packing it deep right now.
Wow, Hutt out again dangerously, and he puts that in. That ball is played in dangerously, and that ball is in.
Wow. What A goal. What a goal.
That is off of Gatron, who receives the ball as Hutt came out again.
Yeah.
Probably a little too far, and his clearance found the outside back of Ohio Northern, who just put a ball into the mix.
Yeah.
Gatron got on it, and he put it off the far post.
Yeah. Ball sent in really, really long. It looked like it was going to sail to that far outside post, and Gatron was right there to knock it in. But this is, this is right around that time, like you said, where the first goal was scored by Ohio Northern, and then a minute later, Hope responded with another goal. So I would look for Hope to really kind of get after it right now. They do not want to walk out of here with a 1-3 record. And so they're going to do everything that they can to try to put the ball in the back of the net. They've certainly had their chances so far, as that's number 20 coming off the field, Sterling Siegel, getting apparently fan club right underneath us here for Sterling, earning a well-earned applause.
Hope playing with a little bit of fire, having Hutt come up so far in a couple plays in a row. And it came back to burn them on that play. And in the first half, Hope did respond in the next minute, so we'll have to see. But the Ohio Northern team and fans are really fired up coming into a hard environment and having a lead with 10.5 minutes left to go. Bordonia with the long throw. Robinson holds off Morrison. Gatron is totally okay with Lohman heading that ball out. And Ohio Northern will take seconds off the clock to throw this in. That ball finds Gatron's feet. Sondes comes away with it. Walters looks like he was fouled on that.
Yeah.
But again, the ref is letting these teams play at this moment. Espinoza comes on and he just puts it over the sideline. Ohio Northern likes this right now.
Mm-hmm.
They like the scrappiness. They like it down in Hope's end. And
yeah, you can tell from the way that the players are kind of gassing each other up on the sidelines here, and the way that they are really getting after it. That
no love lost.
And they really thrive off of playing into the emotion of the game, in not an irresponsible way, but just in a way that fires them up and gets them going and gets their adrenaline up and gets their levels up.
Weigel plays that out and then steps out. Oh my gosh. Offsides as that ball comes off the post.
Yeah.
Hutt had it covered, but it bounced off the post and came back right to Robinson, who puts it in, but
yeah, he was a mile and a half offsides.
Wow.
He was pretty much the only, outside of Cooper Hutt, he was the only person standing in the box, in the 6-yard box there. So easy offsides call for the officiating crew here.
Weigel finds himself down on the end line off a pass from Walters. Back to Walters. It's on his foot. Oh my gosh, what a save by Zermelli, as an incredible play from Walters and Weigels earns them a corner kick.
Yeah, Seth had to see something down there. Hard to tell from our vantage point, but it looked like Seth could have taken that strike just a half a step sooner. So hard to tell from, 80 yards away. But what a play by Zermelli to get down and get that.
Davidson puts two hands up. He'll swing that ball in. Lohman goes up for it. Bodies everywhere on the ground. And that ball is cleared out over the sideline, and some subs will come into this game with 7 minutes and 52 seconds left. Paul, this has been just an unbelievable game. One of the better games I've watched in a while here. Yeah. Hope right now on the wrong end of the score, but it has been a battle between these two really good teams. Zermelli looks like he's coming to the sideline. That's the goalie for Ohio Northern as we stop the clock. I don't know if it's a blood situation. He just went down and made that save on Seth Walters, and he looks like he took the worst end of that deal as they're cleaning some blood off of his jersey or gloves. 7 minutes and 48 seconds left. Ohio Northern trying to hold off the Flying Dutchman as the Flying Dutchman sub in Riker, Corstange, and Jackson Midling into the game for this last little bit. Paul, what is Hope looking to do in these last 8 minutes, and what is Ohio Northern looking to do to try and hold off the Dutchman?
Well, I think, one of the biggest things that Hope needs to do in terms of trying to put a ball in the back of the net is just try to keep that pressure up inside of that 18. They have done a phenomenal job with shots on frame when they push the ball into the 18, try to get it across the top of the box, and trying to make sure that they can get a strike on it, get a catch Zermelli out of position a little bit. And defensively, Hope has to play mistake-free soccer. We have seen a couple of instances here, an almost goal and then another goal where Hope has just made a couple of errors in communication or lack thereof with the goalkeeping and the defensive line that has led to Ohio Northern being up 2-1 right now. But if you're Hope, you got to get Riker Corstange involved. You got to get Jackson more involved right now. Two players who come in pretty fresh after having rested for a little bit. And you want them to get up top, get fast, and get around the back of the defense to make a play on the ball.
Weigel just dispossessed at the last second. He gets the ball back from Lohman, calling for it.
Oh, what a turn.
Turns, takes on some defenders, chips that ball over to Laird, puts it, and got it on his foot. That ball is crossed in. Riker heads it back, and Ohio Northern just clears it. This ball is pinballing around everywhere as it's just chaos here as Hope tries to even the score. That ball go out on the sideline for a throw-in to the Dutchman.
Yeah, I would love to see, right now I would love to see Riker come out on the wing and take the ball down the sideline here. He was able to do that really well in the first half a lot. And I think, if you want to pull him out to the side, he can definitely cut it back through. And Hope has had success recently in trying to put the ball right at the top of the 18.
Lohman throws that in, and Midling fouls.
Yeah.
Ohio Northern, and you can hear through our mics the raucous crowd calling for fouls. There's probably been 25 fouls in this game. It's been a very physical game, and the ref has called it tightly.
But no bookings.
Wild.
Yeah.
It's a wild.
For as many fouls as there have been, to have 0 yellow or red cards so far in the contest is pretty remarkable.
Wow, the whole Ohio Northern bench is into this game. They are not big fans of the Dutchman on the field right now. They're into it. They're passionate. It's what you like to see from two competitive teams. Bordonia has the ball, looking for the throw-in. Oh, Lohman wins it. That ball goes to the Dutchman. Every polar bear points the other way. Midling with the ball at his feet plays it off of McGovern, and Hope gets the ball. 5 minutes and 29 seconds left in this game. Do not turn away as there's much more action to happen. Midling throws his body at the ball, bouncing around. Who's going to gain a little bit of possession on the ground to be able to build something and get on the wing like you talk about, Paul? If Hope can't gain any sort of cohesion in passing, it's going to be tough unless they get a set piece to score.
Yeah, which they have had their opportunities to have a lot of them. Ohio Northern keeps committing fouls, which result in some set pieces for the Flying Dutchman here. And, like I talked about a couple of minutes ago, I would love to see the Flying Dutchman kind of exploit the sidelines here. Ohio Northern, they're packing it in pretty deep, being up 2-1 right now. They are not playing conservatively at all. And there are only 2 defenders near the midline for the Polar Bears. And so if you're Hope, you got to look for a quick counterattack to get up the field here as Riker tries to push it and finds Weigel,
who plays that ball over the top to Midling, battling for the ball, uses his body very well, moves that ball across to Walters with a great touch.
Turns on the speed.
Gets it to the corner.
Great
a phenomenal defensive play, and down the sideline to Gatron. Lohman keeps it in too. Wow, this is unbelievable soccer. Laird plays it off of the Polar Bears, and Hope with a throw-in. That ball goes up top. Midling unable to get it. Robinson touches the ball away from Morrison, and a great through ball here. And the Polar Bears, Gage Foster, will just take it to the corner, trying to stall out time as there's just 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Oh, that ball stays in bounds. No foul as Baker puts it back into the corner. Whoa. That ball is dispossessed by Riker, who plays it down on the sideline. McGovern there. And that ball is going to go out.
Yeah, that was off
Walters.
Yeah. It's, you know, and it's tough too. Hope getting a lot of chances to clear the ball out, but not able to win possession in that midfield to push it to the next level, unfortunately.
Ooh, foul there.
In the back for sure.
Not a smart foul by the Polar Bears, as this is the first chance Hope has had in the last 4 minutes to settle in and gain some possession.
Yeah, it's been a little bit chaotic soccer for the past 5 minutes or so. Hope not able to really push the ball up with much succession, and now
3-on-1 coming the other way.
Here comes Jackson
chases
Mindling.
Gatron down. Robinson tries to play it by. Midling is hustling, playing with a lot of heart here. Davidson is getting grabbed.
What a great shield by Davidson on that line.
And he earns the goal kick. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here. Paul Willard.
You can feel the tension wrapping up, Mr. Margarone. It is Division III soccer at its finest on a Friday night here in Holland, Michigan. Credit to both teams for what they've been able to do so far. Ohio Northern committing obviously a large amount of fouls, but it has not yielded any sort of favorability for the Dutchman outside of that one set piece that Davidson had to Luke Laird.
Finally, Hope gets that on the foot of Weigel and finds some possession. Has their shape a little bit. Morrison with a heavy touch, but that ball lands at Riker's feet. Midling plays the ball in, and Hope is going to have a long throw here to Jack Lohman with 1 minute and 20 seconds left, Paul. Here we go. Lohman with the long throw. Finds Davidson. Going to look to swing that ball in. Dangerous ball as Zermeli goes up and just paws it down.
Zermeli jumping out of the gym to get that one. My goodness.
He's offsides there, and Hope has 52 seconds left. Throw in there, actually. They didn't call an offside, so Hope has some possession.
Thought for sure it was offsides.
Hutt plays it over the top. Walters goes up, wins the header, and that ball will fall to Zermeli, who will be content to lay on the ball. 30 seconds left in this game. I would have liked for Hope to slow down a little bit, to find their shape and move the ball around. It felt like lost their composure a little bit in this last 10 minutes.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a chaotic nature to the way that Hope was trying to possess the ball for a good stretch of time there, and it just did not yield the results that they thought it would. As Ohio Northern's going to clear that ball off of the end line, walk out of Holland, Michigan with a 2-1 win against the Flying Dutchman in an incredibly well-fought game between the Polar Bears and the Flying Dutchmen.
Yeah, two very, very talented teams. The Polar Bears will end up 3-0 after this game, and Hope will fall to 1-3. Hope has played some very, very tough competition and is battle-tested for a lot of young players who are gaining valuable experience here, Paul. But they're going to want some plays back from this game, and they probably are going to want to say, hey, we lost our composure. Maybe that's a younger team looking to say, hey, in those big moments, we bought into what Ohio Northern was trying to do, get us off our game, get into the physical battle, get into the chaos, rather than settle down, move the ball, create good opportunities. And Hope kind of lost themselves. In the last 15 minutes of the first half, they found a way.
They did.
And in the last 15 minutes of the game, they lost their way a little bit, and that was ultimately the difference in this game.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. I mean, both teams extremely well coached, extremely well positioned for a great season this year. Flying Dutchman still not out of anything yet, despite coming away with a losing record now. But Coach Blahnik and the boys are going to regroup, and we'll see what comes next.
Thanks for joining us here on the Anchor Network from Hope College in Holland, Michigan. I'm Matt Margarone.
I'm Paul Willard.
And you have a great night. Stay classy.